What's up, Dirt Nerds? I'm George, and it is Dirt 30. Let's see what we're going to be digging into today. What's up, everybody? So, not a whole lot. Quick shout out. A couple of good folks out here, and some things I wanted to show you that I found on a roll hunt. I bought a box of pennies from the bank. It was kind of a half and half. It was half customer wrap, half vault wrap. Anymore, I hate getting customer wraps, but I love it at the same time because it's really a gamble with some of them customer wraps. You never know. I got some last time, and the coins were just so hammered they were barely recognizable as being coins. So I went ahead and I said, you know what, I'll go for it. I'll do it, and we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna show you all this here first, real quick. So I bought. It was a whole box, and out of that there was this particular roll right here. I don't know if y'all can read that on there. It says Canada right on the box. Oops, sorry. And right on the box, right on the roll. It says Canada. Yeah, pain medication. I'm sure you can see in the picture this arm is swollen. This whole shoulder is just, yeah, it's a grapefruit. But yeah, so I went ahead and I peeked into both ends, and sure enough, both ends were Canadian. Dumped them out, went through it, and there is King George in there. There's young heads, bird scents, all kinds of and some beautiful ones too. Some really nice looking older coins. So I got a whole roll of Canadian pennies as one of my rolls. And I already burned a couple of them by accident, but I had 5 rolls of uncirculated, brand new 2019 Ds. These are brand new, uncirculated, well, vault wrapped 2019s. And they are clean, shiny, pretty new. And then I also found some great stuff. There's a few more loose Canadians. There's another couple of young heads in there. I believe another bird scent. Found a nice little stack of wheat pennies. Probably about 6, about my average. About 6 wheat pennies. Nothing super spectacular. Mostly 40s and 50s as per usual. Nice stack of 2009s. A little over a dozen of those. Well, there was one particular roll that struck me as odd. Sorry, I'm gonna hold my shoulder a lot. It's pretty sore. Because when I went to grab the roll, it felt a little squishy in the middle. And if y'all know roll hunt, if you ever hunt rolls, you know what I'm talking about. When you feel it just doesn't feel a nice even round all the way down. You get this point where it goes blip. Well, what's wrong with this roll? What did they do? So I proceeded right there in the bank. I should have went in right back in right after this, but I didn't. And anyway. So I dumped that roll out. And inside was a nickel. I'm going to try and show this as best I can. I can't hold my other arm up to show you. That's right, 1943. There is a hole in the top, but it is a 1943 Tomback, or whatever, I believe that's what it's called. Basically it's a 43 Canadian V nickel. Was in my roll of pennies. It was wedged down in there, kind of crooked, and that's what made the weird kind of buckle in the packaging. There was still 50 pennies in there. Well, 50 coins, I should say. They counted that one as one of the pennies. But let me flip you around here and show you what was stuck in there right behind that V-nickel. All right, I'm sure the camera angle is just a bit wonky here, but I'm sure you can see right here, there is a 1, an 8, and a 6. So that is an 1860 something. And there's just a couple of the feathers. This thing is very beat, very worn. There's a couple of the feathers. You can kind of see some of the outline of his face there. Let me kind of point it out a little bit just in case you can't. So there's the front of his face. There's his nose, chin right there. Forehead goes up into the headdress up over here. You can see some of the markings But this thing, like I said, this coin is really beat. But it's from 1860. You can still see the 1 cent. You can still see some of the reading around this on one side. The other side's pretty much pocked out. And this thing probably ain't really worth anything other than just the excitement of finding an Indian head in a roll of pennies from the bank. I'm ecstatic just from that right there. That Canadian V nickel, you know, granted, yeah, that's damage, but I can still clearly see 1860 something. I almost kind of think it looks like maybe a 3, so it'd be like an 1863 even. Heck, I would love it if it was a 69, but you can't tell because it's just, you can't tell. But all of that out of some rolls from the bank. They were the lady didn't know she'd put her address label, put a label on it with her address and her name and everything on it, you know, which banks around here don't do anymore. It's not necessary to do that, and they actually encourage you not to. But you know, so I quickly went back and tried to see if there was any more rolls from this person, and you know, they were already gone. But how cool is that? I got a Canadian war nickel, a whole roll of Canadian pennies, an Indian head, some wheats. I mean, great hunt, great roll. I mean, great box, man. Let me flip you back here. I was floored when I saw that Indian head. I mean, the nickel was cool. I was like, wow, this is really cool. But then I saw that Indian head. That is the first Indian head that I have found on my own. I've gotten some that I've received as gifts, but I have never found one either metal detecting or roll hunting or nothing. That's my very first one. Beat to all heck. Barely visible as being what it is, but it is, and you can still tell, and you can still see that it is an 1860 something, so that's, you know, over 150 years old. I'd like to look that good at 150 years old, where you can still kind of recognize that I'm a human. All right, so next up on the show here, I received this little deal in the mail from none other than GingerInJapan. This is here we go. We got his letter right here. It's like, I just did stickers and thought you might like one. Thanks so much for the sticker you sent me while I was in the Middle East. Talk to you later. Daniel, aka GingerInJapan. Check this out. This sticker is beautiful. I love this sticker. I can't wait to put that one up on the wall. How cool is that? And as a matter of fact, Mr. GingerInJapan was the first one to send me an email regarding that pay dirt, and it's being shipped to him right now while he's on his boat. Because I was asking the mail lady, I was like, well, you know, this address, where in the country is it going? So I was just kind of curious as to where about he's at. Says, oh, well, by this designation, he's somewhere in the middle of the ocean. Well, all right. So I'm sending some black sand pay dirt to the middle of the ocean somewhere, in an undisclosed location, I'm sure. GingerInJapan, he is in the U.S. Naval in the U.S. Navy, and he is, I believe, out on boat right now. He's out doing his tour on the boat. So usually when he's not floating around, he's stationed in Japan. Thus the name GingerInJapan. But he does great videos reviewing pay dirts, prospecting in a sake barrel. And it's so fun. It's so cool, and I can't wait to see him attempt the black sand nightmare. I sent him a little suggestion, a little hint. A couple tablespoons at a time is going to be your best way, because it's small gold. It's really, there's a lot of fine gold, and it's really big, chunky black sand, like some of the nastiest black sands I've ever seen. It's nuts. So it's going to be fun. It's a challenging bag, and I've actually had a couple other folks that are interested, so I'm going to see what I can do about maybe making a couple more of those Black Sand Nightmares. And then I am going to be doing a couple of beginner bags. You know, again, I'm not trying to make this a business yet. Maybe we'll see. I'm having fun doing it as always, and I'm really not trying to burn myself out on the things that I like having fun doing. So it is what it is. I'm having fun. Folks are getting some good gold, having fun playing with the bags. The beginner bags are going to be even more fun. It's going to be, bigger, chunkier gold. There will be a little bit of fines, just so you can practice, because it'll be small gold in there. But there will be a lot more bigger gold, make it a lot easier for the beginner, the new person to find and get, the majority of the gold out their first time panning it. And then they can practice and get better, and then start finding all those little bits that's still in there. Like, there's still more. So, thank you, Ginger in Japan. Again, I hope you enjoy that bag of pay dirt. Everybody, please, there will be a link in the description below. Go give him a like and a subscribe. Check out some of his videos. He does some geocaching as well, and just an all-around good guy. Like I said, he's serving in our armed forces. He's in the Navy, and he's out doing tour right now. So send him some love. Tell him Dirt sent you. All right. Last but not least, Mantic Coins. I won end of stream giveaway on Mantic Coins. I believe we'd hit a tier 4, so it was a tier 4 end of stream giveaway. Plus a couple of other folks had donated their midstream giveaway gifts to the end of stream. So I was pretty awesome, pretty happy to receive those. So I want to thank Trey's Treasures. He donated his 1/10 silver round to the end of stream. And I also want to thank the Coin Hunting Couple. They donated the same, a 1/10 silver round to the end of stream, which I happily won. And then let me show you those here real quick. And no, I saw everybody in chat. No, I'm not going to melt these. I only melt scrap and or bullion that I purchase myself. If I win them as prizes and gifts, I generally don't like to melt them because I like the sentimental value of it all. So, and this thing is really cool. Check this out. See if I can get the camera to focus again. I'm sorry, I can't raise my arm to block. So I'm just trying to do this the best I can here. And I'm not left-handed either, so that really doesn't help. And no, heck with it. Y'all know what a 10th ounce round looks like. It's like a little miniature Walking Liberty. There you go. You can kind of see her. Kind of looks like it's got the eagle on the back. And that was the one from Trey. Let's see what I think the Coin Hunting Couple is the same one. Yeah, it's just a little miniature Walking Liberty. And again, I like to save these because they're really neat, they're cool, and I like having the name attached to it. I keep gifts. These, I consider these a gift, and I don't like to. I don't like to burn them up. The bullion that I buy, the generic rounds that I buy, I'll melt those all day long. Don't care. The rounds that I pick up from the coin shop, I'll melt those all day long. I don't care what they are. I melted 4/9 fine maple rounds that I picked up from the coin shop because I got a great deal on them. There was milk spotting, and I don't care what they look like. I'm just gonna melt them. So moving on. And then what I won from Mantic Coins directly for the end of stream giveaway. I love this thing. Spartan 1 ounce copper round. I absolutely love this copper round. The helmet with the axe and shield, or the axe and spear, and oh my goodness, and the sword. These things are so Yeah. Absolutely awesome. Love that copper round. Again, that will not be melted. That goes into my personal stack and my personal collection. I'm going to have to give a thumbs up to Ray's World. I watched your video the other day, and yes, my friend, I agree with you 100%. I don't consider myself a stacker. I collect things that I like to collect. And it just so happens that a lot of the things that I like to collect will just happen to be good currency should the economy go bonus for me. So anyway, the other next prize that I won from them was a 2001 S PCGS slabbed PR69. There you go, come on. Deep cameo Jefferson nickel. And because of that little tag right there, PCGS, that is a slabbed coin. That's one you can bank on. You put that one away and you don't touch that, and you give that to your children or your grandchildren and tell them to hang on to it till they're your age, and that thing will be worth a mint. They could probably retire or take at least a cruise. So that goes over here into my personal slabbed collection. And then this beauty. I don't care the little tiny blemish that's on it. Get out of here. This thing is just gorgeous. This is the 1984 American Prospector 1 ounce silver round. And I mean, yeah, it's the Engelhard 1 troy ounce, 3/9 fine silver. Got the Prospector on the one side, the Eagle on the other. And they got it in this beautiful. It's in a nice airtight with the black foam ring. It gives it that nice accent, so you can see that makes that silver just bang right out of there. And the little tiny blemish they're talking about, it took me a minute I had to go back and watch the video and see where she was pointing. Right here underneath the G, I'm not going to be able to get it. Oh, you can kind of see it right there. You can see that little tiny spot right there underneath the G? Yeah. That's the blemish they were worried about, that because of that I was going to melt this thing or something. Hell no! That thing is... Oh. That thing is awesome. And again, it is a gift from Mantic. I will not get rid of that. That goes into my personal collection, and that stays there. That will never leave my possession. Well, until I die. And then what happens to it? Who cares? Because I'll be dead. Can't take it with you. So I buy stuff like that, and I leave it and I stack it. You know, it's funny because my son had actually come to me one time and asked what I'm going to do with all my gold. And I told him, I was like, well, it's going to sit right there on the shelf. Some of it I'm actually putting back into my pay dirts, but the majority of the gold that I collect, you know, that I get from mining and whatnot, it's just going to sit on the shelf. He said, well, what are you going to do with it? And I was like, well, give it to you. And you decide what you're going to do with it. Oh. So I'll probably just get more and keep it on the shelf. Good call, son. That's my boy. So yeah, he's a collector as well. He's just like an eclectic collector of collections. I collect all kinds of stuff. You know, somebody had said the other day, you know, what, you know, the thing that they like collecting. It's like, I don't know why I like collecting these things. You know, I know it's weird, but he's like, no, it's not weird. It's what you like. You collect what you like. I collect what I like. One of the weirdest things that I collect, Super Balls. You know, the little rubber bouncy balls. I have a humongous collection of those things. I have one that's about the size of my head. It's humongous. All the way down to a little itty bitty tiny one. And every image you can think of. Pool balls, emojis, animals. all kinds of craziness, weird colors and color patterns and swirls and shapes, and super balls were neat. I loved them things as a kid. So I have a tremendous collection of them. I have a great big bag full of them. And, it's, you collect what you want. You collect what you like. That's what makes it fun. It's a hobby. You do what you love. If you love collecting rocks, then collect rocks. I've got a tremendous collection of rocks myself. I collect crystals and gems. Not just precious gems, but I go mining for plain quartz and pyrite cubes and all kinds of neat stuff. Which, yes, planning on one of those digs here pretty quick too. So that will be coming sometime within this summer. There will be a dig in my crystal pit. So I'm going to be going up, doing a nice big gnarly hike, and going to get rid of some crystals. Hopefully some amethysts and some nice big pyrite cubes and all kinds of nice clusters and beautiful points. There's dual terminated points up there. Just all kinds of neat inclusions. Like I said, I've showed some of my crystal collection before. I've got crystals that have pieces of cubed pyrite floating inside the crystal. Like the crystal formed around the pyrite and just kept growing around and around. But then you can clearly see a beautiful golden blob inside the crystal. It's neat stuff. I love it. Collect what you collect. Collect what you like. That's the fun of it. Doesn't matter if somebody else likes it or gets it or understands why you collect it. It's because it's what you like. Some people like pennies. Some people like nickels. Some people only want to collect half dollars or larger denomination coins. Some people only want to collect currency. It's what you like, my friends. It's all whatever you like. So what's good for you? Beautiful. Perfect. That's all it needs to be. All right. So again, Mantic Coins. Thank you so much, Shay and Adriana. Everybody, go check out their channel. Good times, great channel, great people. Everybody hangs out there, pretty much that I know of. So, telling everybody to go there and check them out. You're pretty much all already there, as far as I know. And if you're not, what are you doing? Mantic Coins is awesome. It's fun. If you don't get the chat games or you get confusing, just ask. Somebody will be happy to help. If you play too much and you gamble yourself out of the Mantic Coins, somebody will be usually happy to throw you a few bones, or just hang out and chat and wait. They give away coins all the time, so you can keep playing and keep hanging out. A lot of the times, yes, I am working, so I'll just be listening to them with my earbud and while I'm working, and that's all I can do. And I still, I'll try and hop in when I can to enter the giveaways or check and see what comments are going on and chat with everybody for a second when I can. So good times, good people. And my phone's about to go dead, so I'm going to cut this real quick right here. Check out the links in the description below. Go check out Ginger in Japan. Go check out Mantic Coins. Give them a like and a subscribe. Show them some dirt love. And you all have yourself a wonderful night, a wonderful afternoon, or a wonderful day. Wherever you are, it is Dirt 30. Go dig in that dirt. Go look for some treasures or relics. Go to that thrift store. Maybe see if you can find something hiding on that shelf for a couple dollars that's worth a couple hundred. And all you got to do is get up, get out there, and go do it. Love you all. See you soon.